Thank you for listening to this broadcast. I'm Sir Jackson. Stay blessed as I share the word of God with you people. As I take my text from the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 30, as I read from chapter 1, verse 1. Chapter 30, verse 1. And it came to pass, when David and his men were come to Ziklag on the third day, that the Amalekites had invaded the south, and Ziklag, and smitten Ziklag, and burnt it with fire, and had taken the woman captives that were therein. They slew not any, either great or small, but carried them away and went on their way. So David and his men came to the city, and behold, it was burned with fire, and their wives and their sons and their daughters were taken captives. What a situation! David came back from battle to Ziklag, and they met the Amalekites have raided Ziklag, took the wives, the children, all the women captive, and burned the whole city, left the whole city on fire. This was a tough situation for David. Then David and the people that were with him lifted up their voice and wept until they had no more power to weep. This was disgusting. And David's two wives were taken captives, Ahinoam and the Jezreelite, and Abigail the wife of Nabal the Carmelite. And David was greatly distressed, for the people spake of stoning him, because the soul of all the people was grieved, every man for his sons and for his daughters. But David encouraged himself in the Lord his God. Can you imagine that? All the people were distressed and was even thinking of stoning David, as if David was the only one responsible for this. The lady burdened upon David, as if the wife of David was not part of those they took away captive. But he encouraged himself in the Lord. When you go through tough situation, you learn to encourage yourself in the Lord. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. What he did, he encouraged himself in the Lord. He go and take strength from above. And David said to Abiathar the priest, Abimelech's son, I pray thee, bring me hither the ephod. And Abiathar brought hither the ephod to David. And David inquired at the Lord, saying, Shall I pursue after this troop? Shall I overtake them? And he answered him, Pursue, for thou shalt surely overtake them, and without fail recover all. That with the cankerworm, the palmerworm, caterpillar, locust has eaten in your life, the Lord shall restore unto you double for your trouble, and you will recover all, as David did recover all. As the Lord said unto David, pursue after them, and you will recover all without fail. You will recover all those wasted years that the devil thought he has stolen from you. So David went, he and the 600 men and that were with him, and he came to the brook Besor, where those that were left behind stayed. But David pursued, he and 400 men, for 200 abode behind, which was so faint that they could not go over to the brook Besor. And they found an Egyptian in the field, and brought him to David, and gave him bread, and he did eat, and they made him drink water. And they gave him a piece of a cake of fig and 2 clusters of raisins. And when he had eaten, his spirit came again to him, for he had eaten no bread, nor drink any water 3 days, nor 3 nights. And David said unto him, To whom belongest thou, and whence art thou? And he said, I am a young man of Egypt, servant to an Amalekite. And my master left me because 3 days gone I fell sick. We made an invasion upon the south of the Cherethites, and upon the coast which belonged to Judah, and upon the south of Caleb. And we burned Ziklag with fire. These are the people. See what the Lord can do. And David said to him, Canst thou bring me down to the company? And he said, Swear unto me by God that thou wilt neither kill me nor deliver me into the hands of my master, and I will bring thee down to this company. And when he had brought him down, behold, they were spread abroad upon all they have, eating and drinking and dancing, because of all the great spoil that they had taken out of the land of the Philistines and out of the land of Judah. So they were celebrating out of the great spoil. And David smote them from the twilight even unto the evening of the next day, and there escaped not a man of them, save 400 young men, which rode upon camels and fled. And David recovered all that the Amalekite had carried away, and David rescued his 2 wives. And there was nothing lacking to them, neither small nor great, neither small sons nor daughters, neither spoil nor anything that they had taken to them. David recovered all. As the Lord said to David, pursue them without fail, you will recover all. David indeed recovered all that which the Amalekite had stolen and taken captive. And David took all the flocks and herds which they drave before those other cattle, and some, and said, This is David's spoil. So David took spoil, double for your trouble. And David came to the 200 men which were so faint that they could not follow David, whom they had made also to abide at the brook Besor. And they went forth to meet David and to meet the people that were with him. And when David came near to the people, he saluted them. David is a man of war. Then answered all the wicked men and men of Belial, of those that went with David, and said, Because they went not with us, we will not give them aught of the spoil. So the 200 who fainted, who refused to go with David, the 400, there were some arguments. They don't want to give them of the spoil that we had recovered, save to every man his wife and his children, that they may lead them away and depart. Then David said, Ye shall not do this, ye shall not do so, my brethren, with that which the Lord had given us, who had preserved us and delivered the company that came against us into our hands. For who will hearken unto you in this matter? But as his part is that goeth down to the battle, so shall his part be the teared by the stuff. They shall part alike. And it was so from that day forward that he made it a statute and ordinances for Israel unto this day. And when David came to Ziklag, he sent the spoil unto the elders of Judah, even to his friends, saying, Behold, a present for you of the spoil of the enemies of the Lord. Can you imagine that? After David took of the spoil of the Amalekites, he sent some to his friends, sent part of them to the elders, celebrating, to them which were in Bethel, and to them which were in South Ramoth, and to them which were in Chetar, and to them which were in Arel, and to them which were in Sitmore, and to them which were in Estamoa, and to them which were in Rachel, and to them which were in the cities of Jeremielites, and to them which were in the cities of Canaanites, and to them which were in Homer, and to them which were in Chosan, and to them which were in Atach, and to them which were in Hebron, and to all the places where David himself and his men were wounds to hurt. They sent spoil. Can you imagine? The Amalekites raided Ziklag, took David's wife and all the women and children, and burned the city with fire. The people thought of stoning David, but David encouraged himself in the Lord and inquired of Abiathar. Asked for the ephod and went to God and asked God, "Can I pursue these people?" Said yes. He pursued them and recover all. I hope you have been blessed with this word. I'm still Jackson. Trust in the Lord, and you will recover all that which you have lost. The Lord will visit you this day. That which the canker, one caterpillar, locust has eaten, He will restore unto you. Stay blessed.